Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. It just so happens that I love God and I love theology. I want to become a better principled person. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. That doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with your consequences. None of us get away from that. But you might have issues that you deal with for the rest of your life. But if you come over to God with it, you turn it over to Him, He'll help you get through it. Love yourself, because if you love yourself, if no one else loves you, if you love yourself, you'll be okay. And never give up on yourself. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you can always rebuild. For those of you just tuning in, I focus out of three major religious texts: the Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering. And it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. And everything we say and do has an effect on our senses. I try to rotate the text twice a week. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how I'm led to meditate each day. I'm back in the rotation for the Quran. And so we're still in chapter 4, section 13. It's chapter 4 is the woman, and section 13 it says murderer of a Muslim. So let's have an advisory. Let's don't come at me in the comments. I'm reading out of the text. I'm reading all these texts word for word. I'm going to mark this video for adults only. So I'm reading all of these texts from cover to cover. I want to know what's in all of these texts. So I can understand. So I'm not censoring anything. So we got to be adults about it, okay? Chapter 4, the woman, section 13, murderer of a Muslim. And a believer would not kill a believer except by mistake. And he who kills a believer by mistake should be free a believing slave, and blood money should be paid to his people unless they remit it as alms. But if he be from a tribe hostile to you, and he is a believer, and freeing of a believing slave suffices. Let me say that again. But if he be from a tribe hostile to you, and he is a believer, the freeing of a believing slave suffices. And if he be from a tribe between whom and you there is a covenant, the blood money should be paid to his people along with the freeing of a believing slave. Let me say that again. And if he be from a tribe between whom and you there is a covenant, the blood money should be paid to his people along with the freeing of a believing slave. But he who has not the means should fast for 2 months successively, a penance from Allah, and Allah is ever knowing wise. And whoever kills a believer intentionally, his punishment is hell abiding therein, and Allah is wrath with him, and Allah is wroth with him, and he has cursed him and prepared for him a grievous chastisement. Okay, bullies and bad guys? Keep on. Don't believe it. Keep thinking you can do evil and prosper. All you who believe, when you go forth to fight in Allah's way, make investigation and say not to anyone who offers you salutation, thou art not a believer, seeking the good of this world's life. Let me read that again. O you who believe, when you go forth to fight in Allah's way, make investigation and say not to anyone who offers you salutation, thou art not a believer. Seek seeking the good of this world's life. But with Allah, there are abundant gains. You too were such before. Then Allah conferred a benefit on you. So make investigation. Surely Allah is ever aware of what you do. The holders back from among the believers, not disabled by injury, and those who strive hard in Allah's way with their property and their persons are not equal. Allah has made the strivers with their property and their persons to excel the holders back a high degree. And to each Allah has promised good, and Allah has granted to the strivers above the holders back a mighty reward. High degrees from Him and protection and mercy, and Allah is ever forgiving, merciful. I'm going to leave it there.